I'm in a couple of bands slash music projects, and each basically has a different take on music. However, I would say that one of them stands out among the others. The band that I am talking about is my church band, wherein we play a lot of contemporary Christian music for the praise and worship section of our Sunday services. As I ponder about all the music projects that I have joined, I would say that my church band experience has been the one that has really made me develop as a musician. Moreover, I would like to emphasize today that the members of my church band are probably the best bandmates that I have ever worked with in my history of working in the music scene. Therefore, I have decided to write this essay as a form of showing my love to every single one of them, one by one, unearthing such things that I want them all to know, coming from deep down my restless heart. Jankaye is a milk, tea, and coffee obsessed main vocalist in our team who's generally got a great soprano voice that just bangs on the door of Darlene from Hillsong in a manner that Johnny from The Shining does. Because I am very sure that if she continued to practice harder, then she would already reach the vocal level of Darlene. And I have always thought that ever since I first heard her sing. But besides being a truly great singer, without any kind of formal education pertaining to singing, Jankaye is also great at being a friend. During my first days of working in the band, she was actually the first one who approached me, making conversation with me, despite me entering the scene as the usual outcast who didn't like combing his fuzzy hair and couldn't last a day without wearing some black rock band t-shirt. Since then, I did always enjoy hanging around with Jankaye, talking to her about anything and everything, both casual and sometimes even personal things, as if she was a big sister that I never had, one that I know I could always count on when I need it. And with her being a girl who I knew for the longest time was merely into K-pop groups like 2PM and Girls' Generation, I'm still pretty surprised today that she's actually into some artists that I am into, like Avril Lavigne, Bon Jovi, and Air Supply, therefore destroying my old perception that sees her as someone whose music taste is something that I will never relate to. And even though there are times wherein she becomes a bossy, stressed out thing, wherein her sister never hears the end of it, I believe that she is only that way because she gets tired after continuously working very hard in her endeavors. Whether it's pertaining to the praise and worship team or her other endeavors, Jankaye is a woman of diligence, and the good spirit that she carries along with her diligence is something that I will always cherish, for it makes her one heck of a quality friend. Jerome is another K-pop obsessed member of the praise and worship team, who also happens to be a fellow Swiftie, and his job is basically to manage the technical stuff. He also sings backup vocals from time to time, but I think he realized that the technical stuff is really more of his thing. So he very rarely does those backup vocals anymore. Just like Jankaye, this dude is another hardworking fellow, getting the lyrics ready on the computer and into the projector every Sunday for the praise and worship section of the service, and always making sure that the technical stuff are packed away properly after use, wherein he patiently waits for us musicians to finish jamming random stuff after church, and I personally see his job as a noble one, especially because when the musicians start jamming after church, there seems to be no end to it, probably like a Jimi Hendrix experience jam session, which I seriously imagine to only be endless. Besides his truly commendable diligence, Jerome is also made up of amazing intelligence. And when it comes to his academics, the subjects of math, history, and seemingly even English shall have to work hard for him to back down, which I doubt he ever even will. I'm never gonna forget how his knowledge on Egyptian mythology blew my mind before. Although, despite being a dude whose academic brain is not the same as mine, for I believe that academics is not really in my strengths, Jerome is truly fun to talk to. Even though K-pop is out of the question for me, or out of the conversation for me, Jerome and I are still able to have truly quality conversations pertaining to the music of Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo, and such conversations are truly enjoyable, especially when we are really fanboying over such. I don't think Jerome ever fails to surprise me with his intelligence and diligence because they always shine out to be at a high level. Although I am surprised at the fact that even though the dude is a brainy one, I am still able to have quality moments with him wherein we don't feel so different from one another. Arianne is another main vocalist in the team who is also a close friend of mine, wherein our bond is strongly built upon anything and everything Taylor Swift. This woman is probably one of the biggest Swifties that I personally know, and a lot of Swifties come my way. Although we weren't immediately close when I first joined the band, our bond never stopped deepening after we found our Taylor Swift commonality, leaving us to endlessly have conversations about the artist, allowing a deeper friendship to develop, wherein we also talk about other things that go on in our lives, wherein I just overall feel glad to call her my friend. Our friendship that initially was built upon Taylor Swift even deepened to the point that I was actually teaching her how to play Taylor Swift songs on guitar, wherein we have fun jamming such songs together when we get the chance, especially the specific song entitled All Too Well. Her flaw though is that she doesn't constantly practice, which is why there are times wherein I have to repeat lessons again, but I don't mind. However, Arianne is more than just Taylor Swift this and Taylor Swift that, for she is also a hardworking vocalist in the team. She may not be the best singer with natural talent like Jankaye, but she has proven herself to be truly good too, singing in the team for years and years, until her voice has developed or bloomed into the beautiful flower that it currently is. And knowing that Arianne doesn't stop working hard to develop her vocals, I only believe that she could one day seriously be a great solo artist, one that records and sings nice cheesy love songs on stage while playing guitar, just like her favorite woman, Taylor Swift. Arianne is someone that I truly see as a Swiftie friend that I never wanna lose. Timothy is the comedic alcohol and the e-cigarette guy in our team who plays the drums with pretty commendable skill, wherein I believe that if he continues to develop his drumming, he's going to one day be able to play drums like the guy who plays in Israel Houghton songs. The dude is already good, but his skills have proven to have no other way to go but up. I swear, he is already pretty close to playing like that guy from Israel Houghton's band. Without Timothy, gloom would probably reign in the atmosphere, for he always finds a way to lighten up the mood when times are hard, with jokes pertaining to whatever, with my favorite being a nasty one about how donuts get donut holes, and I am very happy to have him as a friend in this life. But I do believe that he is more than just a drummer and a comedic character, for I see him too as a friend of quality who is there to listen to you when you need someone to speak to, one who is there to even fight for you when there are true enemies around, and one who will treat you with goodness even when things are hard on his part. Even though he and I aren't as close as we were when we were kids, Timothy is definitely one of the people in my life that always comes to my mind right away whenever I think about quality friends. No cloudy day has to ever be gloomy when he is around, being all playful and lighting up our hearts while lightening up the moment. Therefore, no matter what, I am personally always gonna love that guy. Hopefully, the world treats that dude with lots of love and kindness, for it kind of breaks my heart to see him trying to keep a smile even when I know that things are hard on his part. Plus, I hope that the alcohol consumption and the e-cigarette usage don't get the best of him, for that shall add more cracks to my heart if such happens. May Timothy continue to live his life, brightening up the dim days for everyone around. Now, Nikolai is basically what Dan Fogelberg would call as the leader of the band, for no one in the team has mastered the music as much as him, and he's actually the youngest band member, and that makes it even more jaw-dropping. Whether it's Hillsong, Planet Shakers, or Israel Houghton, the dude has pretty much got it, especially on bass and on the drums. I'm not lying when I say that Nikolai is probably one of the best drummers and best bassists that I know, and I work with a lot of my musician peers. So yeah, he's the serious musician in our band, moving around like a leopard of power, instructing us with the perfect procedures as to how the praise and worship performances are done, making sure that our gigs are of some kind of al dente quality. From the moment I first joined the team and up until now, I consider the dude to be my personal Obi-Wan Kenobi, wherein I always hear out his musical advice and apply them well to my playing, always seeing myself as my own Anakin Skywalker around him. Without a doubt, I believe that I am a better musician because of him. I cannot stress enough the gratitude that I have for all the guidance that he has given me in order for me to find great development in the praise and worship team. I only have so much love and respect for the guy. However, Nikolai isn't just some serious leopard of musical skill. Just like all of the previous members that I have mentioned, Nikolai is also a great friend. When church is over and everyone has gone home, Nikolai lightens up a little and he's a really fun guy to jam with. And our jam sessions are just filled with a variety of awesome songs from bands and artists that are too much to mention. When he lightens up, you can even catch him playing Master of Puppets and Enter Sandman by Metallica, in a way, I guess, for us to laugh at the irony that metal songs are being played inside a church, therefore proving that his leopard personality has not eaten up his sense of humor. And when the music is over, Nikolai doesn't stop being a good friend, because although we pretty much see each other as musical peers for most of the time, there are times wherein we just talk about other things that true friends converse about, serious things even. And in those times, he is there to listen and give you quality talk, whether there is beer or merely soda on the table. Without Obi-Wan, Anakin wouldn't be able to become a great Jedi, and therefore without Nikolai, I personally would not be able to become a better musician. I am very thankful to have Nikolai as a master and as a friend. But in the context of Star Wars, if I am the Anakin to Nikolai's Obi-Wan, then I just hope that I do not end up becoming Darth Vader, or whatever that means. At the time of writing, Joshua is the newest member of the team, wherein his job is to sing the backing vocals. Another one of Joshua's jobs is to play the bass whenever Nikolai is not available, or whenever Timothy is not available, forcing Nikolai to take on the drums for the day. One could describe Joshua as a versatile man, perhaps a jack of all trades. Sing a little here, play a little bass there, play a little guitar here, play a little keyboard here, and play a little drums there. Therefore, his addition to the team is very much useful. What else could I say except that the dude works so commendably hard? For me, he deserves tons of applause for all the efforts he has put on working in the team. Besides his diligence, which is very much needed in the praise and worship team, I would personally say that Joshua is one hell of a music teacher. Basically, with one session under him, I have seen students learn so much in that pretty short span of time, whether it's on drums, bass, or keyboards. It's amazing to watch his students pick up so much skill in a few hours, while also having fun at the same time. Therefore, I have another reason to give the dude tons of applause. However, the applause that Joshua deserves does not stop there. For another reason why Joshua deserves such applause is because he is a friend who is both a good listener and a good conversationalist. In other words, if you want to ramble on about life, oh, he is there to hear out all you want to say. But if you are the one looking for good and interesting conversation, the dude is there to deliver it. For heaven's sake, Joshua took a conversation about bus passengers back then and made it entertaining, leaving me and Nikolai laughing our asses off that night. In a way, Joshua is kind of like Timothy, but not in a comedic-centered kind of way, but in a great conversationalist kind of way, because his conversations brighten up your day, even if the initial topic is so gray. Joshua's addition to the praise and worship team meant another member with qualities in the team, both in the context of music and not. Where do I even begin? Will this heart be able to encapsulate the spirit of this section into one Ghostbuster ghost trap? Anyway, Stephanie is another one of the main vocalists in the team. One with the most amazing alto voice, plus a soprano voice that has been developing to be greater and greater ever since she joined her university choir. Probably, in my opinion, making her the best singer in the entire praise and worship team. And I'm not only saying that because I myself am in love with her. But yes, I am in love with her, and I have been for a long time now. I have fallen in love with all that she is. Besides being the best vocalist in the team, Stephanie has an amazing personality that one could only love. She is without a doubt the Mother Teresa of cats. She believes in positive thinking and living in the moment. She loves to build her own worlds through writing her own stories of fantasy and tragedy. She treats everyone with genuine goodness, and her overall presence just lights up every moment wherein I am with her, and I catch my breath, the one she takes, the moment she enters the room. I still remember the casual black dress she wore on the first day I joined the team. She came into my life and I thought, hey, this could be something. With everything she does and every word she says, it just takes my breath away, leaving me with nothing. And these days, I wonder if maybe it's true that I can't live without her, and maybe two is better than one. And although I know that there's so much time to figure out the rest of my life, she's already got me coming undone, really leaving me to think that two is better than one. She is funny, she is warm, and I could go on rambling on and about like how Jim Halpert could ramble on about how much he loves Pam Beasley. But I don't think that I should, because I have lately been afraid of the truth that it is only with her wherein I immediately find joy. Hence why I wonder if she was right when she said that we shouldn't be together. I am kind of afraid of how it is only with her that I find the true kind of happiness. But on that note, I think I am already missing the point, therefore I must transition the discussion back on the praise and worship team for a little while more. Basically, I would just like to say that Stephanie is such a talented vocalist in the praise and worship team, and a pocket full of sunshine and goodness for everyone, lighting up something as negative as my Kafkaesque soul, making me believe that having her out of the team would mean a big loss for all. To this day, I still don't fully understand how I fell in love with her when she was basically the complete opposite of what I was, and my heart doesn't know how to stop painting pictures of her in my mind whenever I listen to Northern Lights by The Dangerous Summer, The Only Exception by Paramore, Terrified by Catherine McPhee, Fearless by Taylor Swift, or any other love song out there. And I am here to end the section about her, not because I have nothing else to say, but because I have too much. Today, I have basically told you about the amazing people I have met by joining my church's band or praise and worship team, and I have decided to do so because they are basically the best people I have worked with when it comes to the music projects that I do, because of their skills and diligence, frosted with goodness and partnership. Not only that, I have formulated unforgettable bonds and friendships with them, connections that I just really felt had to be jotted down on Microsoft Word. Who knows? Maybe I will revisit this essay in the future to reminisce the present that I am currently in. If the times shall really be different in the future, then I guess I'd like to rewind a piece of these moments again. What else could I say? I love everyone that I work with in the praise and worship team, and I wish for the band to be solid enough in order for us to be playing and praising the Lord for so many more years to come. Alright guys, that is going to be all for this long discussion, and this outro section is probably making it longer. Therefore, I am sorry if you are itching to just get out right now and do something else. I hope you enjoyed the discussion though. Anyway, like I always say, I hope you are all having a good day, and I pray that it gets better if you aren't. This is the Stonish saying, goodbye, Yellow Brick Road.
Whisper to me softly, let your troubles float away. I remember as a child, a girl, a lamb, Papa smiled.